Hey guys, it is September the 1st, Wednesday, September 1st, 2010, and we are 1 week away from our deadline of September the 8th that we had set with through Fusion Ministries to raise $100,000, man, and it's been 2 weeks, and so many of you guys have responded out of love, and the generosity has been overwhelming, and man, we are well on our way to reaching our goal. Just wanted to send one last email out and video message. Hopefully you're watching this. And just reminding you guys, for those of you who maybe watched the original video and were planning on giving, and then maybe it slipped your mind and you haven't gotten around to it, and maybe you were waiting on a paycheck or something like that to give. This is just a reminder. In the email, the body of the email, I've included the mailing address, and I'm just asking you, unashamed, to give, to consider pouring in and giving financially to this ministry. It's not going to be possible without you guys partnering with us and making this a reality. There's several other video links included in this email. Man, I'd encourage you just to watch those. All of them are 3 to 4 minutes long, and it just tells a lot about the plight of these young girls, as young as 4 years old, who are being abused and sexually abused and trafficked. One of our representatives from Fusion went to a meeting just this Monday, and of a new task force that's forming up right now. It's called the Northeast Florida Human Smuggling Task Force, and I mean, the time is right. God is just aligning so many things, and at this meeting there's all these different agencies and people coming together, advocacy groups, people who are actually going out and rescuing these women right here in the United States. And there's all these different organizations coming around, and they're all looking around saying, okay, now what? There's nowhere to place these women. Too oftentimes they're treated as suspects and witnesses and not as victims. And so there's awareness campaigns going along with law enforcement, which is right in my back door. And so there's just a need for a residential treatment, a place for these girls to go to recover and to heal. Yeah, there may be criminal elements to it, and witnesses, they may be needed as witnesses, but in the meantime, while everything else is working, while the justice system is working, while everything else is going on, we need a place to put these women, and the time is now. It's no mistake. God has placed this need before us, and we can either choose to respond or choose to ignore it. And we've chosen to respond, and we're asking you guys to respond with us. We thank you so much, those of you that have given. I've included in this email a part of a message we got from somebody who sowed into Fusion Ministries, and I know for a fact it was a sacrificial gift that this family gave, and it was just so moving to us. And just the stories and the emails and the responses and the lunches and the conversations we've had with those of you that are partnering with us are just so inspiring and motivating. And it's made me realize that, you know what, in a lot of ways this isn't necessarily just about Fusion Ministries. And if you're watching this right now, I want you to think about this. This isn't ultimately about raising money. What it is about doing is serving God's kingdom. And this may just be an opportunity. Maybe God has been putting it on your heart. Maybe God's been working with you to step out in faith. And so, don't get distracted with the fact that we're trying to raise money. What we're doing, this could be the opportunity for you right now. God works in crazy ways, and it would be just like God to orchestrate this whole thing, to put it on our heart to raise $100,000 by September the 8th, just so you can step out in obedience and trust and faith and put God to the test in your finances. And maybe this is about one person, and it's not even about Fusion. And maybe that one person is you. And maybe God's just asking you, and maybe God's been tugging on your heart to take a step of faith and saying, you know what, I want you to sow a seed into this ministry. We have a saying around here, and we say, if you don't have enough for your need, then make it a seed. And Tari and I have practiced that ourselves. And I just want you guys to know real quick, we're not asking you to do anything that Tari and I haven't done. About a year ago, God put it on our heart. We had planned on planting a church, and had gone through a church planting process, and I went back and got a degree in theology from a local Christian Bible college here. And man, we were full steam ahead on planting a church, and through just God, we had raised and had saved and had access to a large amount of money. And God put it on our heart, put it on my heart one day, early one morning. He said, I want you to sow a large portion of this into a ministry that's not yours. And my first initial thought was, man, there's no way, anything but that, God. And it was in that moment that I knew that I had become so attached to my money and to the things that were in my bank account that I was leaning so much on our finances as a crutch and not on God as the crutch, not on God as our provider. And the second that I had that thought of, no, 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 not that, anything but that God, I knew that I was worshiping my money, that I become so attached to it. And God said, hey, you're leaning on that as a crutch. I'm giving you the opportunity to take that crutch out and put me there. I'm not going to kick it out from you and make you fall, but I'm giving you, Brad, the choice to remove that crutch and let me take its place. And Tyra and I were faithful, and we did that. So I can come to you with knowledge and with boldness and courage to ask you to sow into a ministry that maybe you'll never be a part of other than sowing into it, because I've done it. Tyra has done it. My family has done it in a very sacrificial way and in an impactful way, and just being obedient. And so I'm not asking you guys to do anything that we haven't done. Just asking you guys to partner with us, come alongside of us, man. We need prayers. Even if you can do $50, that's huge. That's huge. And so thank you guys for taking the time to listen to this. Once again, the address, the mailing address is in the email, and we would love to hear from you. Even if you're not sending anything, man, if you're just going to be praying, let us know. Shoot us an email back, reply to this email, send us a little note of encouragement, anything, because we need that, because the enemy is attacking us, and we need to be encouraged and uplifted. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. We love y'all. If you're getting this, you have a special place in our heart, and we look forward to hearing from you, and go God. Oh, and go Cowboys.